Okay, well, this is the OP show. Jourdan, thanks for coming on.
Yep,
I know
thanks
the
for having
last
me.
time you were sick,
Yep.
so we appreciate you bouncing back, both physically and then being here as
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So this show now is sponsored by Customer or Customer, depending on who you ask. Customer with a K.
Yeah.
They're part of the Homie Tech Stack. I think we were talking about that.
Yeah, I'd love to hear more about the Homie
Yeah,
Tech
yeah.
Stack.
We'll chat about it.
Okay, cool.
So we get to know you, obviously, with Out of the Box. It's going to be like some personal questions. It's going to understand your role at Pit Viper.
Cool.
A little bit more about Pit Viper's kind of history and journey, where they kind of fit in the market. And the last two segments are going to be like game show related.
Sweet.
I don't know if I even told you about this.
No,
before
this is all new to me.
Cool.
This is a surprise. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, we're going to jump right in. Okay, first question. What motivated, so you're in ops,
Yeah.
but what motivated you to start your career in operations? We were just talking about Qualtrics. They've got their big thing going on down the street, but
Yeah.
So tell me about from Michigan State to now.
Yeah, so studied supply chain management at Michigan State,
Yeah.
and kind of from the get-go knew supply chain was going to be my bread
Why
and
did
butter.
you choose it?
Honestly, like coming out of high school, I was like, there's money in it. There's
Yeah.
a plethora of jobs.
Uh-huh.
It's a wide, diverse industry to go into. So you have your procurement, you have operations, you have
Yeah.
purchasing, you have logistics. So there's so many options.
Yeah.
And Michigan State had a great program. So I ended up in supply chain management, did a few different internships throughout my career there. And operations was one of my favorite ones.
Mhm.
I ended up going into procurement out of college at Qualtrics. Learned a lot about like end-to-end contract management, how to negotiate, how to deal with huge suppliers, and then landed in an ops role at Pit Viper. And yeah, I like the hands-onness of operations. You see so many parts of the business where procurement was kind of siloed.
What is procurement?
Purchasing.
Nice.
Yeah. So basically at Qualtrics, it was like a SaaS company. So it's super hard to wrap your head around, like, what are you buying for a SaaS company? You're just buying more SaaS to build SaaS. So I wanted something a little bit more tangible. And that's kind of how I landed over at Pit Viper. And definitely.
Who did you know at Pit Viper? How'd you get into it? Because it's one of the sickest brands out there.
It's one of the
if we're
sickest
being
brands
honest.
out there. And it's definitely like, there's a lot of people that work there that people. That's kind of how you get your foot in the door.
Yeah.
No one of my
Pretty
good
much how you get any
friends.
job, right?
Yeah, it's really, it's a great way to build a business, I think, is like knowing people and like building it from people that you're going to like to work with.
Mm-hmm.
One of my good friends, Sophie, we skied together and she was skiing with this guy, Spencer Harkins.
Mm-hmm.
And he's kind of, he was the VP of brand, the VP of marketing. He was kind of the face of Pit Viper, especially in Utah, Salt Lake specifically. And he was like, hey, like looking for someone in supply chain management to come help run our warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So I applied. They're like, yep, absolutely. They brought me in and with the intention of kind of revamping their fulfillment process.
Yeah.
So they were self-fulfilled. They didn't really have any warehouse management system, any processes. So came in to that role and revamped the entire fulfillment process, warehousing, and made it really streamlined, efficient, and implemented a whole new warehouse management system. And that was kind of how I started at Pit Viper. And now I've moved into a more strategic role as director of operations.
That's so sick.
Yeah.
So what do you do now as director?
Yeah. So kind of more like a top level view of operations. So I'm managing our 3PLs. I'm managing our inventory, making sure order fulfillment's going properly, making sure the back end integrations are running smoothly.
Yeah. What are some things that can go wrong with fulfilling orders?
You get orders stuck in a certain platform with your tech stack. Like one of the SKUs doesn't match up with the NetSuite integration or the ERP. So just kind of making sure that everything's aligned from end to end. And then some other issues we run into are like, obviously like SLAs. Like if our 3PL is not hitting the SLAs, like what are they doing and how can we mitigate that and remedy that in the future? And then.
So does that mean you've got to like go out and like kick some ass out?
Yeah,
there? Like
I'm
you're
kicking
going
ass.
out-
Yeah.
You call Meg up from Ship Up. You're like, Meg, what's going on?
Yeah. I call Meg up and say,
You're
hey,
flying out to Texas.
Yeah.
You're going out to Illinois.
this order's stuck. Like, what can we do about it?
Yeah.
Really, I am getting down into the weeds and like looking at an order and saying like, why is this stuck? Why is this been stuck in transit for 2 weeks? So taking really close detail to like taking care of our customers. And we have a great customer experience team, great customer service team. So working really closely with them to make sure we're hitting the SLA of if customer orders their product before noon, it's getting out that same day. and it's getting delivered within that 2 to 5 day window. And yeah, so kind of very wide breadth of what I do. I wear a lot of different hats, but coming down to the fact that just like we want to make the operation efficiency the best so we can have our customers be satisfied at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge. So, I mean, operations does impact the customer experience, obviously, because customers are ordering. You got to get those orders out to the customer within that SLA window. And if it doesn't meet those SLAs, then customers is your CX team coming back to you and saying like, hey, what's going on, Jourdan? These orders are hung up in who knows where.
Yeah.
So you're feeling a lot of those questions.
Feeling a lot of those questions, feeling a lot of those pressure points, especially like in this day and age of e-commerce and Amazon. The customer expectation is like, it's
wild.
It's wild. And I feel it. Like when I order something online, I get notified like, hey, this is shipping out. I'm like, sick. That was same day. And if it's 2 days or 3 days later, like I'm wondering where it's at. And if it ships like 7 days later, I'm like, it's gone. It's missing forever. I'm never going to get this product. And so like catering to our customers and like working with our customer service team is huge for operations. Yeah.
So being in operations when you're now just a normal buyer on Amazon, kind of, you just described that experience. Are you like thinking about the process of them fulfilling that order?
Oh yeah.
Depending on, it doesn't matter where you order things from, but you're like, okay, to that experience, you're like 3 days is way too long. Like if I'm Jourdan at so-and-so brand, how do I get in there and start optimizing for a better experience? That's going through your mind.
That's going through my mind.
You can't help it.
No,
you got that dog in you.
It sucks.
Yeah. You're like, let me go over to like Nike and
No, it's great. But it is like the craziest phenomenon of when you log into Amazon, you order something and it's there within hours. And you think about the fulfillment process and like all it has to go through to get to your door that fast.
Wild?
And how jaded the customers and like our entire like customer base is now because of that. Amazon's kind of screwing us, but it's just
freaking
getting
Jeff, dude.
Yeah, freaking Bezos, man.
Just go to Mars already.
Yeah. Just get out of here. But no, it is wild to like to see how fast everything is getting delivered and fulfilled and like just putting that pressure on us. So yeah, it does go through my mind. Yeah. Yeah.
So how do you guys, I mean, like you sell Pit Viper on Amazon's platform and in the marketplace, but like, how do you guys compete? Really? I mean, like you're still running a D2C site where a lot of your margin is. How do you guys compete against Amazon then? When you're like trying to fulfill products as quickly as possible and, you know, you've got a leaner team, very few resources. How do you kind of like figure that out or how do you hack that? Yeah,
that's a great question. I think in terms of like competing with Amazon, so we are selling on Amazon, we're using their platform, but people come to the website and come to Pit Viper for the experience. If you go to the website,
they have a great website.
It's a great website. We just redid it. Shout out to the CX and the website team. That was huge. And it looks clean. It's great. It's easy to maneuver. We have more products there. We only have a selected, down selected amount of products on Amazon. And that's kind of how we're keeping that competitive edge is like a bigger product breadth on our website, on our D2C site. And people are coming to the D2C site because of the experience that we're selling.
Does that include like more inventory too?
Yeah.
For those specific SKUs?
Yeah, absolutely.
Interesting. Okay. So where do you think Pit Viper goes from like an operational standpoint from here? It sounds like you guys, you know, just recently switched to a 3PL. That's going pretty smoothly. Now, what's kind of like the next step in kind of providing the best fulfillment experience for the end consumer?
Yeah, absolutely. And like you just said, like we are moving into the operational like 3.0 version of Pit Viper.
2.0 the sunglasses, 3.0 from an operational standpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow, a lot of point O's.
Yep, a lot of point O's. It gets a little confusing, get a little lost sometimes. Got to have a little notepad,
little tracker,
just tracking.
Yeah.
Like,
what 0.0 are we on now?
I don't know. But yeah, we are in 3.0 of our operational footprint. I would say, and moving towards like a very streamlined, efficient, like outsourcing model. Because we were self-fulfilled for a long time and we just found that there's going to be cost efficiencies in moving elsewhere. So I think the next step for like our operations team is to streamline efficiencies even further, cut down costs as much as we can for outbound fulfillment. So we're not passing along those costs to our customer. It's not eating away at our margin as much, and just kind of taking a microscope on all of our kind of fulfillment sectors. Yeah.
What costs are brands? I mean, like you're well connected and like obviously you've been at Pit Viper for the last 4 years, what costs are brands comfortable passing on to the customer? Like free shipping is kind of like you talk about like being conditioned by Amazon for certain things. Like obviously we can't operate in the same way that Amazon operates.
Right.
Where it's like, hey, we lose, if I'm Amazon, we lose billions of dollars a year on shipping.
Yeah.
Right. Like where are you guys willing to pass some of the costs on to the end consumer?
That's a great question, especially with rates just increasing. I mean, it's just the way the world is. Rates are always going to be increasing.
Yeah.
And kind of playing around with that margin there and that threshold of like, okay, let's set the threshold to $49. Let's set it to $69 because that's a fun joke that we use. Yeah, we love it.
Great price point.
It's so funny.
Nice.
And so we've been playing around with that to see like what customers are comfortable with, and not necessarily what we're comfortable with, because we have to stay competitive. Like if we're losing customer and we're not getting customer acquisition, we're not retaining customers because of that threshold, then it's not worth any change for us.
Yeah.
And we're willing to eat it all. So I think being like super dynamic and using like A/B testing and like saying like, what is the customer comfortable with paying? And if it is this $69 threshold, are they going to add products to get there? Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Are they going to add a rig? Are they going to add a hat?
Yeah. Is the rig like the little tether?
Yeah.
Those are sick.
Yeah, they're cool. Yeah.
Can't wait to go on the website and buy one.
Yeah, you should. Everyone should right now.
Shout out. Maybe we had discount code. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we can definitely. We can punch a discount.
Let's pump some sales.
Yeah, let's do it.
There's like 6 people watching this.
Yeah,
at home,
I'm gonna get some commission too.
Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah.
No, but
no, that's not
all 6 people. Yes.
Yeah. Shout out.
Shout out.
Okay, so what was like the breakthrough moment for you in your career at Pit Viper? What was kind of like the tipping point that was like, oh shit, I just had a lot of value and this is going really well for me? Like,
yeah.
When was that moment?
I think it was actually like right when they brought me in, and like
Oh, okay, sick. So like from the beginning,
from the get go. I've been providing value since day one, baby.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's humble.
You're day
humbly.
one. Yeah.
Humbly.
Yeah. Respectfully
and humbly. No, I think that it was like the breaking point of like my career of like, okay, this project that I did implementing a WMS has cut down on this many inefficiencies. We've seen like missed shipments decrease by 20%, like which is saving X amount of inventory from wrong inventory from going out the door. And just having that be like such a value add from the get-go where the team and the company was recognizing me as saying like, hey, like.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Was the company, once you did something that was valuable like that, were they like, did they come to you and say, Jourdan, that was so sick.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. You're so valuable. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Or did you say, hey, listen, company, this is everything I just did? And did you bring it to them or did they come to you? Right? Because I think like in organizations, if you do something like that, I think you should make it known. It's one of the ways that you're going to get recognized, right?
Yeah.
Humbly.
Respectfully.
Yeah, respectfully.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like, or did they just recognize that right away?
Yeah. No, I think that's a great shout. And I think people are sometimes too humble in like their organizations.
Yeah.
Like if you do something great, like people should recognize that and it should be celebrated. Pit Viper has a culture of celebrating people's wins and being very cognizant and very aware of what everyone's doing.
Yeah.
And they saw that and they did recognize it. And like, it was at that point in time a much smaller company even than now, where it was like, okay, like Jourdan has a strategic mindset and like was able to do this. Like, let's reward her. So I think it's a balance between humbly and respectfully, like shouting yourself out sometimes. Yeah. But also being part of a culture and being part of a company that has that respect and has that awareness of rewarding their employees.
Good culture.
Good culture. Yeah.
Love that.
Yeah.
And how did they respectfully shout you out?
Just a nice Slack message and a slap on the back.
Yeah.
No,
pizza party.
Pizza party. Yeah, but it was just one slice. So it's kind of a lonely pizza party.
Little Caesars.
Yeah, little Caesars. They did give me the breadsticks though. But now
Do you call it little Caesars as well?
I do. Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that.
It's little Caesars.
I was like, how do I professionally say little Caesars on the podcast?
I did it for you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Humbly, little Caesars.
We call them the hot and sweaties.
Oh yeah. You get because sweaty. Yeah. They sent like a Slack message out notifying like, I don't know, saying like, hey, like let's give a shout out to the ops team and like whoever was involved in this project. And there's like a lot of people that had their hands in it and making sure that everyone was getting recognized. Yeah. that's kind of how it went down.
I
And
picture you just going down like an aisle. There's like people on either side. You're just high-fiving.
yeah,
people.
they actually like put me on their shoulders.
Confetti
and like,
cannons.
They're
Yeah.
raising me around. It was pretty fun. Yeah.
That's sick.
But yeah, I think the recognition was definitely there and continues to be there. And like, that's just because the company's been cultivating a really good culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from my world, from like the vendor side, how often do ops people like you participate in like vendor relationships and buying new softwares? You talk about like implementing a WMS and like all the things that did for you personally in your career growth, like implementing a new system like that, and it cuts down on all this cost and there's savings, all this that goes into it. So how do you kind of approach these situations with vendors like old Tan Dog over here?
Old Tan Dog. I think having like a background in procurement is super helpful in that.
Yeah.
We are definitely.
And you negotiated
at
Qualtrics.
I know.
So you're shaking down vendors.
Yeah, and it's fun when it's a SaaS company because it's crazy how far you can get them down because
That's right.
Pretty arbitrary. But
Shout out to all the vendors out there.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Yeah, so I think what Pit Viper's trying to get better at is like having all parties involved and all like teams that this product's going to affect, like be involved in the RFP, whether it's a request for proposal, you're going through multiple different vendors and down selecting and like making sure that it works with your tech stack.
What is down selecting?
Like if you have a group of 10 vendors that you're looking at, like sitting down and being like, these are our top 3 and really deep diving on those top 3.
Yeah.
So when selecting vendors, we have been a little bit segmented in the past where it's like, okay, the customer experience team likes the software. They're going to go buy it. And then maybe it trickles down and isn't exactly what the ops team would have picked for us. But we're nimble. We work through it.
We're like, hey, we're supportive of the CX decision.
Exactly.
There.
At the end of the day, CX knows CX the best and ops is there to just help make sure everything works together. But yeah, I think in the future and like my advice would be always to, if you're buying a software that is going to affect multiple different departments, just making sure that everyone's on the same page and communicating about that. And shake them down as much as you can. Don't pay too much for that software.
Right. That's right. We'll leave it at that for segment number 1. Shake them down.
Shake them down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Segment number 2, hot takes.
Oh, geez.
You ready?
Yep.
Let's grab a little water before these hot takes.
I will.
They'll burn you.
Cool down.
Yeah. Cool down real quick. Okay. So I'm going to read these instructions off for these directions. Players will be presented with 10 hot takes. They will they will need to decide if they agree or disagree with the statement and why.
Heard.
Okay.
Cool.
Let's go. 7, just 7.
7.
Yeah, we're going to cut it short because Jordan's got a meeting here in 17 minutes.
Yep.
I'm keeping track. Business as usual.
Business, baby.
Okay, pineapple belongs on pizza.
No, absolutely not.
I like it.
I had a feeling you're going to like it.
I like it.
You're just going to give me that pineapple on pizza kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I like a little sweet
to
the tang, right? Like there's you got the pepperonis. Well, little spice, especially if you get like some spicy hot honey on there, maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, that might not be a good combination.
That's crazy.
Hot honey
You're
and
going crazy.
pineapple.
We're going down.
Oh, pump the brakes. I like pretty much any topping outside of broccoli on a pizza. I had that once.
That's never crossed my mind as a topping.
It's really bad.
Yeah. No, I don't know. I just don't like pineapple in general. And that's my hot take.
Would you put another fruit on the pizza?
What? Like a strawberry?
Yeah. Why did pineapple?
Yeah. How did
pineapple get?
Who gave pineapple?
If you're doing you're trying to like, it's like selecting a vendor.
Yeah.
Like who got down to pineapple and was like, this is the best one.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
okay. So it's tough for you. We're gonna
Yeah, it's tough for me.
Okay. So no pineapple.
No pineapple.
Okay. Number 2, social media does more harm than good. I'd say that's true. I think that's for sure true, especially in like teens.
Oh yeah, it's horrible for teens. It's horrible for me. It's horrible for like you sit down, get sucked in, and you're like 2 hours have passed, and I'm on TikTok.
Like, I'm still on Reels.
Yeah, I'm on Reels. Yeah, it definitely does more harm than good. I think it's a loaded question. I think there's a lot of like good business aspects. It's good for business.
Meta. We were talking about meta.
It's meta. But overall, it's not good.
It's taking too much of our time and attention.
Our society is sucked in. Not good. So
that's not the 90s were better.
The 90s were sick. I mean, all 4 years I got in the 90s.
That's right. Yeah. Great years.
Yeah. Those are the best
years. Take me back to those 4 years.
The best years of my life. Yeah.
96. So you're 28.
28. Yes, that's how old I am.
28.
Give me a second. Kind of forget sometimes.
When's your birthday?
November 17th.
There you go.
When's your birthday?
August 25th.
Oh, what's your social security number?
I'll share that with you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'll shoot you a text. Avocado toast is overrated. I'm a big fan.
You know what?
It had its like heyday though.
Yeah.
Where like we were only talking about that.
It was trendy. It was hot. I think it is a little overrated. I like it. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. But I don't think it's like a hot take. It's like either it's like you like it.
Yeah. I had it like 3 times last week. So.
Okay. So you really like it.
Yeah. But it's kind of like picked back up in my household a little bit. Like it's got its time.
It ebbs and flows.
It's seasonal.
It's seasonal. Like, I don't know. Not really eating it in the dead of
I will
winter.
say this though, just straight up avocado on toast, not as good. But if you put the everything bagel seasoning on there,
bagel,
that's what makes it.
That's the game changer.
Let's just be honest, right?
Let's keep it
respectfully to the avocados, but without the magic sauce, it ain't that good.
No, a little hot sauce too.
Oh, little tapatio,
little pineapple,
little pineapple in your avocado toast.
I don't know what you're doing crazy here.
Yeah. Number 4, it's better to binge watch a TV show instead of watch weekly episodes. Oh, this has been a hot take for me recently.
Okay, what's your take?
I actually like that episodes come out weekly.
Yeah.
For the same reason, I think social media, it's like it's really easy to just overindulge.
Mm-hmm.
And I like looking forward to something like, oh, hey, like I'll tell my wife, like, it's Friday. We got a new episode of Severance.
It's exciting. The Severance.
Let's pop some popcorn.
The Severance factor where you have something to look forward to in the week. You have something to do on Friday night. Yeah.
This show's out.
I like the weekly episodes.
White Lotus too every Sunday. I'm like, man, it's something.
You get
good.
a Friday and a Sunday nowadays. Yeah. It's pretty sick.
Something to live for, you know?
That's the only reason. I'm just kidding. Respectfully.
Yeah. Number 5, music today is worse than it used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like there's no such thing as like a classic anymore.
No. I think
like, I listened to the song by Benson Boone. Like, oh, this is gonna be a classic.
Yeah, Benson Boone doing his little backflips. You're like, I'm good. Thanks, Benson.
He lives here in Lincoln.
Does he?
Yeah.
Old Benny?
Traverse. Yeah, old Benny. Benny Hanna.
Okay.
He's up there.
I did not know that. But
so this isn't that hot of a take.
No, it's just not as good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You give me like Come On Eileen.
Game over.
You play that in any situation or scenario.
Yeah, I'm dancing.
I'm in.
I'm freaking out. Yeah.
I can't contain myself.
If you're playing Benson Boone in a situation, I'm walking away. I'm getting out.
I'm changing. No, he's great.
I'm sure he's
Shout out to Benson.
Hey,
local guy.
Benson
Maybe we
Boone.
have him on here.
Yeah.
Number 6, you don't need a college degree to be successful.
Yeah, I think nowadays it's much
changed.
more. It's so different.
It's changed.
It's like
because of, I feel like, social media.
AI, the world's at your fingertips. Like you can learn anything today.
So fast.
I still think like a college degree holds some value, but I think
not as much.
Not as much. Yeah.
Not what they're trying to charge for it.
No.
Michigan State. What are they charging for
Michigan State?
Tuition?
Too much.
Too much.
Yeah. If Michigan State, if you're watching this, help.
Bring it down. Yeah. Student loans.
Student loans, baby.
Number 7. You can read this one.
Artificial intelligence will take over the world.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared.
We're screwed.
Yeah.
I think it's inevitable, honestly.
Yeah. The job security, just everything.
I just don't like it.
I don't like it.
And like Tesla's like, hey, you can buy this robot for like $20,000. I'm like, no, it's got to be more expensive than that.
Yeah. Someone make it more expensive.
iRobot.
Yeah. At least I'll have my dog. Yeah. It's a sad movie.
Yeah, until you get. No, I think you're thinking of
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Oh yeah.
You're like, at least same Will Smith.
Okay, I'm lost.
But yeah, he choked out his dog and killed his dog.
Yeah.
Sam.
Anyway, next point, please.
Tough. Okay, trivia.
E-commerce
segment
edition.
number 3, e-commerce edition, e-com dish. Okay. You want to read this?
The goal of the e-commerce trivia battle is to answer 10 trivia questions about e-commerce to earn points. The player with the most points at the end of the game wins.
That's great.
Game on.
Okay. Which e-commerce giant was founded by Jeff Bezos? 94 year I was born.
I'm gonna have to go with Amazon.
Yeah.
Wow. That was a
there
tough one.
Is.
Really challenging.
Yeah, 1 point.
Nice.
Number 2. What year did eBay officially launch? Ooh. 89. I want to say like it was either the early 90s or like late 90s.
I was going to go 92.
92. I'm saying 89.
Oh, 95.
Okay, you win. You were closer.
Sure.
2 points. That was a good year too. I was 1, but
it was a great year.
Good year.
I'm sure you loved it.
Which social media platform introduced the Shop Now feature to allow e-commerce businesses to directly sell on their platform?
I'm going to go with Shopify, but I'm not sure.
Instagram, social media platform.
Oh, I missed that. I can't read, so. Thanks for having me on the show.
Glasses are too dark.
Yeah.
So that's 1 point for me, 2 for you. You want to read this one?
Yep. What does the acronym SEO stand for in the context of e-commerce?
There you go.
Search engine optimization.
Point for you. Slam dunk. Jordan.
Michael Jordan.
Oh, and what year was Pit Viper founded?
It's
2018.
I think it was 2011. 2012.
Whoa!
Oh, I'm gonna get fired.
Wow.
Hopefully no one makes it this far.
2012.
Yes.
That was the year that the world was supposed to end. That's when I graduated from high school.
That was the year the world was supposed to end, but instead it started.
Yeah, Pit
Viper
Viper.
started.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's been around for some time.
Yeah, they were grinding.
And you guys are only on 2.0, huh?
Yeah.
Well, next one. What is the primary goal of a customer journey map in e-commerce? You're in e-commerce. Tell me what that is.
The customer journey map. Is that like the funnel through your sales funnel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who knows? Let's see. Oh, read that. That's long.
You think I was going to come up with that? To visualize and understand the customer's experience and interaction to the brand.
Across all touch points.
Across all touch points. Yeah. Okay.
I actually just assigned this project out to someone on my team.
Cool.
But I wanted to see if
I just knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't. Thank you.
I just want to put you on blast.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, figure this out.
Idiot.
You're live.
All right. Which e-commerce company uses the slogan "Everyday Low Prices"?
Ooh, Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyday low prices.
Yeah.
It used to be the little rollback guy that would like bounce on the numbers.
I thought that was Pixar.
Close.
Okay.
Super close.
Cool.
Letters. Those were letters.
Again, can't read. So.
Don't know.
This, I don't know.
Oh, that's great. Next one. What was the first product ever sold on eBay? I want to say it was like a trading card.
I was going to say Beanie Baby.
Oh, that's a good guess.
A broken
laser pointer.
I was so close.
Sick. In which city is Pit Viper headquartered?
That'd be Salt Lake City, Utah.
Oh, hey, I was gonna.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's
that was the only one. The only one I was gonna get out of all of these. So throw me a bone.
SLC. Why SLC? By the way.
That's just where Chuck and Chris, the owners, landed.
Chuck and Chris.
Yep.
Good guys.
Great guys.
Great guys.
Yep.
Which type of customer feedback is crucial for identifying pain points in the e-commerce user experience? CSAT, right? NPS?
Sure.
Yeah. Shout out customer surveys and post-purchase feedback.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Okay, Jordan, you got a meeting coming up in 7 minutes. You've got 3 cameras on you. What is your message to the world?
Just a broad statement message to the world.
Any message.
Cool.
Buy Pit Vipers.
Buy Pit Vipers. We just came out with Pit Viper 2.0. Newer technology. We just came out with a lot of normal, different looking.
Can I see those real quick?
Absolutely.
Let's show right here. Okay.
We just came out with some different frames.
These are nice.
Yeah, they're
These
nice.
are sturdy.
They're sturdy.
Oakley who?
Oakley who? Smith who?
Smith who?
Don't even know him, but yeah, Pit Viper. We just redid the website, so go check it out and buy some sunglasses if you want to be cool, fast, and fun. Yep, just like me.
Love that.
Yep.
Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks, Tanner.